What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. It's the 17th day of January. Here we are sitting at about $95.4 thousand with roughly 9 hours left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. Here we are. We've broken out of our ascending triangle. We've pulled back to find support, and we did find support right there. I mean, that's as clear of a support signal as any, I would say, right there. I want to look at the short-term stuff and see if there are signals that we are ready to continue pushing higher from here. Are there any signals that suggest that we go lower, which would be problematic? Do we just consolidate? What's up? Let's see what's going on, right? My expectation is we will probably, being that it is Saturday today, we will probably consolidate, and then come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, somewhere in that time frame, we should be breaking out higher. And I think next week will be the week, probably not by the end of this week, but probably next week will be the week that we do finally break back above $100,000. It's been since early November that we've been above $100,000. So I think next week we'll promote that price action. We likely will grow, and I don't think that we'll get held up here for too long. I would assume that we make our way up to this 106.5 to 110K area, something in this zone here, likely by the end of the month. If not by the end of January, then very, very early February. We might see a little bit of consolidation to start February off, but we should progress higher in February as well. I'm expecting February to be even better than January, but January still has more to go, if I'm correct. Let's look at the short-term stuff and see what we're doing here, okay? Because again, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good look right there. 1 hour time frame, looking at this here. We've come down. It certainly looks as though we're ready to break out to the upside, doesn't it? You've got this little channel down, lower lows, lower highs, this whole shebang here, and you are breaking out of it. You're breaking out, and you're like back testing for support coming out. I'm not drawing the straightest line, but let's just see. It was a pretty straight line. You know, something like this. If you were to go to the tips, if you were to do more of like a line of best fit, it might be more like this. Still, either way, I think it looks good. We're getting some separation here. The only issue is it's Saturday. There's no volume. So while we're breaking out, quote unquote, to the upside, or the breakout's not breaking, we might actually pull back from here. So it is Saturday. We typically are very boring on Saturdays. We go to the last Saturday. I mean, you can just see it. You don't even have to look at the date down here. You can just see what last Saturday was right there, right? Saturday. Literally down here, you can see it's Saturday. That's all that boring price action is. The Saturday before, we didn't really have that, but kind of, but not as much. Saturday did pump, but typically Saturdays are the days that look like this, where it's just sideways boring. It's a flat line. You're moving up slightly, but it is sideways and boring. And then here, sideways and boring, that was Saturday as well. Very low volume areas there. So that's what we're dealing with now. I would assume we don't do too much. With that being said, moving up like this is already, I feel like, a little bit exciting for a Saturday in itself, but I would think that we don't do too much. We probably don't move too much from here. Maybe it'll be Sunday or Monday that we actually start to progress higher, but I would assume it would be after Sunday, after the new week has started, that we get above this high altogether. So I don't expect us to move too far over the next 24 to 36 hours here. Looking at this 1 hour time frame, we do have higher highs in the RSI. We do have lower highs in the price. That's hidden bearish divergence. We might come down a little bit, but again, coming down from here on a Saturday, it's like really just doing this, right? We're not going to come down too much. I mean, maybe we even go below this low, but I highly doubt at this point that we would go too far below 94.2K. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If we were to go below this low, I think that that's okay. It doesn't have to be the low. We can go slightly below it, but we don't want to go too much below it. So if we do happen to see a crash that takes us below and then we recover, that's fine, whatever. It's still okay. I don't think we do. I don't think we go below this low. I'm pretty confident that is the low right there at 94.2K, but I'm saying this just in case it's not, because if it's not, that's not a problem. It's not a problem to go just a little bit below this low. I don't think we do, but it's not a problem if we do. Stochastics are reset, come down, cool off. We probably stop doing this. We probably start doing this. Cool off, consolidate, whatever. The MACD's building some bullish momentum, which is nice to see. You actually look like you want to pierce through the zero here, and if you do that, you're probably going to continue pumping up higher. Not too much higher, but just a little bit higher. 4-hour time frame, looking at this here, the MACD is bullish overall. It is. We do have bullish divergence even on the MACD. That's nice to see. The stochastics are bullish right now, and the RSI is bullish overall as well. I mean, we're just here in a consolidation phase. I literally think that we are in the midst of a bull flag. If this is a bull flag, I mean, that would take us to about 102.5K, something right there. If it is to be respected as a bull flag, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'm not too attached to this target. I actually have higher prospects in mind, so I'm not too attached to that target. But maybe we move up here, we consolidate, whatever, and we continue on our path higher. I don't know. But it certainly does look bullish in the way that it's structured here. It seems that we would go to the upside, not to the downside here, right? A lot of volume on the way up, no volume on the way down. In fact, it's just dying off even more as we go lower. I think there's only interest in seeing this go up. So overall, we're just consolidating. We should be moving up pretty soon. We did the classic thing with this low with Bitcoin is we went just below this low here. We wicked, we scammed people, we made them freak out, and as soon as we went just below that low, that's when we recovered. I'm pretty sure we called for that exact thing to happen actually when we were back here. It just makes all the sense in the world. We could have gone lower, and if we do go lower again, even if we do go terribly lower, it's not going to be a terrible thing. We could go down to 92K, it's fine. We could go down to 90K, and it's fine. A break just below this low does not mean that we go all the way down there either, right? As long as we're here. But if we go too much lower, I would say if we're like below 94K, maybe even like 93.8K, then likely we will go down to 92K or lower. But I don't expect that to happen. I think this is a perfect low because again, Bitcoin's been very tricky. We went just below this low here. It's like it was a fake out, and then we started to recover, and we are on the path of recovery right now. To me, it makes sense that we will move up from here. 4-hour time frame, looking at this, bullish on all these indicators here. It's hard to be bearish in this environment right now. Daily time frame, looking at this, yes, we had the bearish, or we didn't have bearish divergence. We had bearish divergence, but we got rid of it. So this call here, these higher highs, we don't have to pull back to this level. We don't have to go back. We don't have to fulfill any bearish divergence. There's no call to go lower. This low is suitable. It's perfect. It's adequate. It's totally acceptable. That low, I think, is the low. I don't think that we go lower. Stochastics are bullish overall. The MACD is bullish overall. There is a little bit of bearish divergence here, in all fairness, but that's okay. Sometimes there is. I mean, that might have been this move right here. That could have been what that was calling for. But we can continue to push higher from here. And overall, I would say that the MACD does look pretty damn bullish. As do the stochastics, as does the RSI. We look at the weekly time frame bouncing off the oversold zone, coming up like this. I mean, even if we were in a downtrend, whatever downtrend we might be, whether it's like this, lower highs, whatever, we still have a lot of room to grow before we're in any kind of resistance. I don't think that we are in a downtrend. I don't think that we'll find resistance and then come back down. I think that we'll pierce through and get overbought, but time will tell. We just have a lot of room to run with that in itself. The stochastics are bullish. Every time that we've seen this dynamic take place where the stochastics come out of the oversold zone together, the blue and the orange together come out, it's always a very, very bullish event that takes place. I mean, the last two times, for example, here sent us to new all-time highs, here sent us to new all-time highs, right? It just that's literally been the result of both indicators coming out of the oversold zone together the last two times. And it doesn't happen often. The last time this happened was in April of 2025. The time before that was all the way back in 2023. This doesn't happen often. This is a very rare, or I shouldn't say rare, uncommon occurrence that happens here. And we're at the base of it. This is just the beginning. This is the starting point of a move that will take us higher to new all-time highs altogether. The RSI is calling for it. The stochastics are calling for it. The MACD is a little bit bearish, but whatever. You actually have lower lows in your oscillators, and you have lower lows on your histogram too. You can see that the red here, it's lower lows altogether with higher lows in the price. It's hidden bullish divergence. So there's bullish momentum being built both on the oscillators for the stochastics and the RSI, but there's also hidden bullish divergence on the MACD. So all all ways that you slice it, it's very bullish here. We're very bullish on Bitcoin, and the expectation is wholeheartedly to go probably somewhere right around 108K, maybe 106.5, maybe 110K, but something in that realm right there. That's where I think that we're going to go. That's where this next move is going to take us to, and maybe by the end of January we're here, if not the first week of February. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.